Hi, Mike Ellis here. Ash Mufareh, the CEO of OnPassive, did a webinar a couple days ago. And as usual, Ash does not disappoint, and I'll get into that in just a second. But before I start talking about what Ash had to say, I really have an anecdote, a quick story I want to tell you all. Last week I had an individual call. She is a Go founder that I brought in, a founding member. And she had a question for me, and the question was, how is our team doing, and how is OnPassive doing? And what really caught my ear was, how is our team doing? It was plural. It was as if my team is her team and her team is my team. It was really, really cool to hear, just to hear the mindset that she has, that this is mine. This is ours. This is what we're doing together. And that was a really, really cool thing to hear from her. And I believe in our team overall, that is the mindset that Marty, Dan, and I have really given to people out there. This is our team. It's one team. What we have is yours. What you have is ours. And as the conversation went on, she obviously asked me, how is OnPassive doing? And I said, OnPassive is doing really, really well. They're moving forward. Things are developing quickly. It's just really, really great. And of course, our team is growing every day, every week, and every month. And she kind of paused and went, so that means if our team is growing every day, every week, every month, that means my team's growing. and I had to laugh at it. And I said, yeah, that means your team is growing too. And I thought it was really, really important. Not only does she think that the overall team is hers, it's her team, and it is. She's part of it. It's our team. But it's really, really important for everybody to think of yourself as individuals also. And what is OnPassive going to do for you? That's really, really important. We want you to think that way. Yes, we want you to think as our team, as your team, the overall team. But we also want you to think about the bottom line and your own future. That's really, really important. And that's a really, really big motivator moving forward with OnPassive. And as I get into what Ash is going to be talking about, you're going to see why that's a motivator. So let's talk about Ash a little bit and what he went over in the last webinar. He went over a couple of things that I absolutely loved. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the product line, and then we'll start getting into the numbers a little bit, what OnPassive is going to do for us. But as we look at the product line, for me, it's always been the most important thing that OnPassive does. And people get kind of, they get kind of weirded out on that. How could that be the most important thing? It's how much you can make. Well, the product line really is the fuel of this whole engine. And with what Ash and his team has done, we're not just using an octane, we're using rocket fuel right now. That's how good this is. If I run over and take a look at some of the product line that is online right now with other companies, I want you to look at these companies and understand that these are big dogs online. These individuals, these companies, have employees ranging anywhere from 1,000 employees to over 100,000 employees. These companies that you see right here, and this is a small sampling, these companies do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in business a year. And what OnPassive has done is they've gone into all the tools that we use to market online, all the tools that businesses use to market online, and they've looked at them, they've dissected them, they've taken what's best about all these tools and then improved them, analyzed them again, and improved them again. The tools that OnPassive has, which are all of these, LinkedIn, Facebook, Skype, Funnel, ClickFunnels, Leadpages, Aweber, GoWebinar, GoDaddy, Amazon Cloud, AW, and on and on and on. The tools that OnPassive has developed are superior to the tools that we're finding online right now. This was so big for me because the quality of the product It is the engine of what we do. And if the product isn't as good as it needs to be, the engine, this whole caboose will never get moving. And because Ash and his team, they're putting rocket fuel into our engine, this is such a big deal. Now, it gets better than that, guys. As we look at the tools that OnPassive is using and are bringing forward, the tools that are online right now, I've used just about every one of them over the last 10 years, and I use them today. And I've never had a tool at the end of the month that I didn't have to pay for. Believe me, money's coming out of pocket. I have to pay for that tool. But because of the way OnPassive is structured, we will have customers coming in using the tools in OnPassive that are superior on one automated platform, and over time, the cost of that tool is going to decrease. And over time, there will be no cost to that tool. Now, that's never happened to me. I've never used some of these tools, and some of them are very, very expensive, and had the cost decreased and at one time not have to pay for them ever again. This is what OnPassive does. This is why OnPassive is so revolutionary. This is why customers will be coming into OnPassive using the tools on the automated marketing platform, and they will never leave. How big is that? Now think about it. If you're using a tool, you absolutely love it, and the cost is going down, and all of a sudden you don't even have to pay for it, are you ever going to leave? The answer to that is no. You are never going to leave. So as Ash talked about the tools and the quality of the tools, I got really excited because of the tools that Ash is building. And OnPassive is a IT company. It is a high-tech company. And the tools that he and his team are building, they're better than anything out there. They are high-tech. And obviously one of those tools is traffic. And there is no other place online where you can go, get on a platform, and have traffic driven for you through the company. Consistently, high-quality traffic that actually works. Really, really big deal. And of course, that takes us into the next thing that Ash talked about. This is the part that most of you are going to get really, really excited about. I love the tools. But as Ash talked about OnPassive, he talked about what OnPassive was going to do for us as affiliates in OnPassive. And obviously, the technology that they've developed to drive traffic, we know that OnPassive can drive massive amounts of traffic. And Ash talked a little bit about what it's going to do for the affiliates in OnPassive. And I want to give you just a quick example of the numbers. And I'm going to use a number. Let's say we have 2,000 people on our team, Marty, Dan, and I. Marty and Dan are my partners. We have 2,000 people on our team as it launches, or shortly after it launches. And you can take that number and glean whatever you want from it. Obviously, we can't promise anything. We don't guarantee anything. This is for illustration uses. But that's the number I'm going to use, 2,000. So shortly after launch, we've got 2,000 people on our team. And if OnPassive can bring in for each affiliate from their traffic one individual a month, just one, what will that do for our team? What will that do for the people in OnPassive? Well, if we take 2,000 people, we're getting one person per affiliate on our team. That's 2,000 a month the first month. That takes us to 4,000. Second month takes us to 8,000. Third month takes us to 32,000. Fourth month takes us to 64,000. You get the picture. Whatever numbers you use, and as Ash talked, he was a little more than that, but it doesn't matter. Again, nothing guaranteed, nothing promised. But if you take the numbers and you even skinny them down a little bit, guys, it doesn't matter. If you skinny Marty, Dan's, and my number down a little bit, it doesn't matter. Because of the way OnPassive is structured, because of the massive traffic that Ash and his team runs for us, if those numbers are less, if those numbers are more, it doesn't matter. Because of the way it works, this is so powerful for you as an individual, for our team, and how we are going to change lives in the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. When I hear all of this, what comes to my mind is unicorn company, a billion-dollar company in 10 years. I believe OnPassive will be that in far less time than 10 years. This is so awesome what Ash has done. And again, his webinars are never disappointing. These things are huge to you and to I, what's going to be happening. And that brings me to the last question. And I believe me, I get this as much as anybody. Okay, when's OnPassive going to launch? Right? Isn't everybody asking that? I don't care when OnPassive launches. If it's 2 weeks, if it's 2 months, if it's 4 months, I don't care. As we have the time to build, Marty, Dan, and I, our philosophy is build, baby, build. The only thing I want OnPassive to do, the only thing, I want them to get this right from the get-go. We are sitting on a powder keg right now, and this thing is about ready to explode. All I want Ash to do, and I don't care what the time frame is, if it's a month, if it's 2, if it's 4, I don't care. Now, I believe they're getting very, very close. But again, I don't care when it launches. When it launches, if it comes out the way we think it's going to come out, almost perfect, guys, we're off to the races. This powder keg is going to explode. And when you think about the numbers that I've just talked about, when you think about what OnPassive is going to be doing for us and moving forward as it launches, the bigger our team is, the better it is for you. And that's where we're going. So as we move forward with OnPassive, keep working, keep bringing people in. Share my videos with people. Once they understand the magnitude of what we're doing and that we have longevity, 20 years plus, where we can build a residual income, a walk-away income, and it doesn't matter if you come in on slot 1 or you come in at slot 80,000. This opportunity is going to be going for a very, very long time, and because of our market, because we have hundreds of millions of people to bring into OnPassive, not only to bring in, but people that are going to want to come into OnPassive, believe me, don't worry about the launch. Just build, baby, build. So that's my thoughts. That's what Ash had to say a couple of days ago. I thought it was absolutely awesome. Our team, it is growing every day, every month, every week. Come on in. If you're not on our team, join it. Start building right away. The more people you can get under you, on your team personally, the bigger this thing is going to be at launch for you. It is going to be massive. Marty, Dan, and I, we're not going to stop until it launches day 1, and then we're just going to keep it running. But if you can bring in a few people, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4 people, it does not matter. It's going to make that launch exponentially bigger for you. And in the end, yeah, we are one team. We work together. This tsunami will move as one. But at the same time, I want you to think about yourself individually, personally, and what this is going to do for your bottom line. I think this is extremely cool, extremely powerful, and this is going to be awesome for everybody as OnPassive launches. So that's it for today, guys. The webinar was great. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and go down and subscribe. We'll have more for you in the weeks and months to come. And from there, yeah, we'll absolutely see you on the inside. Bye.